Like you manage their farms?
Yes, that's our business at Farmers Agricultural Technologies. We are managing farms for people who stay in Harare, but they don't have time to go to these rural areas, to these farms to manage production. And also we are taking care of farms for those people in as far as living as far as UK, Australia, Canada. They are investing back here. So as farmers, sometimes we are trying to grow crops off season. We are trying to go against the season so that we can fetch
the market.
the market. For example,
yes.
It's winter season.
Yes.
There is frost.
Yes.
There are some places where we can say,
what is it that crop that you can say, if you invest in this crop, you can easily get your money?
Okay.
That you say, this one, there's no side effect, like you get your money back.
Okay.
Crops, or you go to Mbarimsika where the market is, or I don't know, what do you do in terms of market?
Okay. We have got some people who can come and buy. After 3 months, after 4 months, after harvesting that crop, what will the market look like?
Okay.
So we will do that research with experience, and also we do a lot of research. We can even go to the nurseries. There are a lot of people don't go into farming because you see your neighbor doing that. Exactly.
All right.
Plan well and do your own thing.
Yeah, that's true. I wanted to ask, how is it about the market in Zimbabwe? Like the market. Do you sell, like, do you have somewhere you supply the... Hello guys, welcome back to another episode. So today I'm with a passionate tobacco farmer. I'm here with Anisu. How are you, Anisu?
I'm good, and you?
I'm good.
Yes.
So Anisu is into tobacco. Do you just do tobacco only, or there's other crops that you do?
No, I'm a farmer and an agronomist, and I grow all the crops, be it food crops like maize, wheat, sugar beans, soya beans, horticultural crops, potatoes, tobacco, all the stuff. I grow everything.
All right. What about the like pigs, cattle? Do you also do that?
Yes, we also do that.
All right.
Yes.
So how long have you been into farming?
Okay, so I grew up at our farm here. That's where I grew up since the primary education, high school education. We've been doing farming all along. And then I went to Midland State University to study agronomy for 4 years. Then after that, I then started my company called Farmers Agricultural Technologies, where we are now managing a lot of farms for those people who are living in the diaspora. So we've been doing it professionally for 6 years now.
Oh, so you mean you are now... For professional, it's been 6 years.
6 years.
But for doing farming, still from birth?
Yeah. I'm coming from a family farm, a family that do farming. Yeah, so I've been doing it, I think, since birth.
So you also have people that you manage, like you manage their farms?
Yes, that's our business at Farmers Agricultural Technologies. We are managing farms for people who stay in Harare, but they don't have time to go to these rural areas, to these farms to manage production. And also we are taking care of farms for those people in as far as living as far as UK, Australia, Canada. They are investing back here in Zimbabwe, and we are managing their farm.
Yes. So I think I have found the right person to ask this question. You know, I always ask a lot of farmers, like, what's your take on people who do phone farming? So
so phone farming.
To you is the right the right person to ask that question. What do you think about it?
Okay, so cell phone farming is whereby you are the one managing the project, but you are not on the ground. You are just using your cell phone to ask people on the ground, how is the crop doing, and which is not good. It's not good type of farming. But what we are doing, it's not cell phone farming, because I'm the one, I'm the one managing the farm, and I'm on the ground. I'm not communicating with my guys on the ground through the phone always, but I'm on the ground. I'm managing it on behalf of my investor who is living somewhere else.
All right.
Yes.
So now I see the difference. I see
Yes.
now. All
But
right.
if you now want to enter into farming, you are the farm owner, you are the investor, you are also the manager, and you are not on the ground. That's now self-owned farming, and it's not good.
Okay.
But if you work with people like us from farmers, we are managing your farm, and you are doing your vacation in wherever
So
you are.
you mean I can just find a piece of land, then I'll start doing farming even if I'm UK with you?
Yes, with me. I'm the one who can find the land for you.
Oh, you can find the land
Yes,
for me.
yes.
Then you do all the processes.
I will do everything. I will find the land for you. I will do all the logistics needed, all the paperwork. If it's leasing, buying the land, I will do that. We'll come to that farm. We'll do all the production up until selling of the product while it's here in UK. We can do all of that.
Okay. So isn't it that because I've seen that on this farm, it's your mom who's doing the farming, and I've seen
Yes.
like how many hectares that you did for tobacco?
She have 2 hectares of tobacco.
2 hectares for tobacco.
Yes.
Isn't it that you are now into managing more than into farming, like you yourself? Isn't it that what you're doing?
Okay, so here at our family farm, it's a family farm.
All right.
And all my siblings, anyone who wants to farm can come and do a project for themselves.
Okay.
My father also have got his own crop up there on this farm as
All
well.
right.
My mother is doing those 2 hectares of tobacco here.
I've seen that.
So myself, I'm still doing farming.
Yes.
But on a larger scale, not just here. It's on a larger scale somewhere else. And also, even managing those farms for other people, it's still farming. Because right now, for example, I can tell you that we've got a total of 10 hectares of tomatoes across the country. We've got 2 hectares in Mount Darwin, we've got 2 hectares in Shamba, we've got other 5 hectares in Marondera of tomatoes. I'm the one who's doing everything, who's doing the farming. So I'm still doing farming.
Yeah,
yes.
I see. Alright. So what is it that crop that you can say if you invest in this crop, you can easily get your money?
Okay.
That you say, this one, there's no side effect, like you get your money back.
Okay. I can say all crops are profitable, but the thing that the investor need to know is timing.
All right.
You need to time on timing of planting and also on the market.
Okay.
For example, if you ask me right now,
Yes.
what crop can I grow that is profitable? The crop that I will tell you right now might be not the same that I can tell you in 2 months' time. Because by that time, maybe the market will be flooded with that crop. So maybe I'll tell you, no, don't plant this crop, but do this and this. So, but generally, I'm now loving crops like potatoes, tomatoes, and onions. These crops, they are giving back farmers a lot of profits. For example, potatoes, the market is not really flooding like what the cabbages do.
Yes.
Like the time that we are now entering we are in March, right?
Yes.
And we are now entering into winter.
Yes.
A lot of farmers will grow cabbages and the prices will go down. Right now we are selling cabbages at 50 cents. In January it was $1 per head.
Okay.
But the time that we are entering this winter season,
Yes.
they can go as far as $1 for $5, $1 for $10.
So it's about timing.
It's about timing. The time of planting, the time that you want to sell. So you have to sit down with people like us. We've got the experience.
Yeah, that's right.
Then we see, okay, if you want to start to do your farming right now, after 3 months, after 4 months, after harvesting that crop, what will the market look like?
Okay.
So we will do that research with experience, and also we do a lot of research. We can even go to the nurseries. There are a lot of people who sell seedlings.
Yes.
We can go and ask them, okay, guys, what from your sales, which crop is being so which crop is selling fast? Which seedling? What are the type of seedlings that are selling fast? If they say, okay, this month we've got a lot of farmers buying cabbage seedlings, we will know that, okay, a lot of farmers in Zimbabwe have grown cabbages, meaning that in 3 months this crop will be flooded. So we will not grow that.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So farming it will take a lot of research, a lot of planning, and a lot of experience.
It's knowledge. It's not just like you just go and
Yes.
dig it, your crops. It's not like that.
You can't just go on Facebook and see another farmer posting that, oh, I've made such and such, and then you say, I want to do this.
Yeah.
No, you can't do that. If your neighbor got $1 million from producing cabbages,
Yes.
don't go into farming because you see your neighbor doing that. Exactly.
All right.
Plan well and do your own thing.
Yeah, that's true. I wanted to ask, how is it about the market in Zimbabwe? Like the market. Do you sell, like, do you have somewhere you supply the crops, or you go to Mbari Msika where the market is, or I don't know, what do you do in terms of market?
Okay, we have got some people who can come and buy products from us. Okay. For example, I've got 2 companies that can come and buy potatoes. The other one wants 20 tons per week of potatoes.
20 tons?
Yes.
Wow.
So, but usually our biggest market is Mbari Musika.
All right.
Because Mbari Musika, you go there with your product and they will take everything. It's cash.
Okay.
Ipapo.
All right.
Straight. There's no, I'll give you after 7 days, I'll give you an RTGS bank account whatsoever. No paperwork needed. Do you have a tax clearance? Do you have what? You just go with your truck full of your product, and those guys, those mambuyas, those old ladies, they'll come in the morning, they'll come and buy from you, and then they'll go and resell them in the ghettos, Musika.
Right. So you mean you can go in the morning, then by 12 you'll be done?
Yeah, you must be at Mbari by, let's say, 3 a.m., 4 a.m. Then around 5, 6, they'll come and buy those gogos. And they'll come and buy those products from you. By 9 o'clock, you can now go home with your cash.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, that's the difference of being someone coming to your land and they say, I need 20. They might say, I need a contract so that I will give you your money.
So there's some advantages and disadvantages.
Okay.
A farmer going to Mbari,
yes,
the disadvantage is you have transport cost.
Okay.
Number 1. Number 2, there's you need to be well experienced with Mbari.
Yeah,
that's true.
Mbari. Yes. That's true. I think that's
otherwise you know Varo.
That's true.
So you need to know the people. You must have a contact person.
Yeah.
Us as farmers, we now have a lot of contact person that we can call and say, I'm coming to Mbari.
Yeah.
And then we can meet them, and then they'll take care of everything.
Okay.
And number 3, not all crops are being sold in Mbari. Was the target market in Mbari are those people coming from the ghettos.
Okay.
So people coming from the ghetto, they don't just eat everything.
Yeah, they don't.
They don't eat lettuce that much.
They don't eat.
Yes. So it's all those basic crops like cabbages, potatoes,
those
cucumbers.
Fast foods.
Fast food,
yeah,
yes. If you try now to sell funny things like beetroot, come on.
They won't.
Yeah. So if you are now growing those English stuff, now your target market should be the upper side of Harare, the North Samora. You can now go and sell them at maybe Food Lovers, okay, you know those. But the disadvantage with those places is sometimes you sign a contract and they'll give you your money after 7 days, and maybe it's in RTGS. It's not cash sometimes. But the advantage is that if you have signed something like an agreement with those people, you can always go and give them the product. The market is always there. It's a professional agreement, and it's something that you can plan. Let's say, okay, we tell you, we need these quantities, these kgs every week. So it's something that you can help you to plan as a farmer. But the disadvantage is they take very small quantities. Let's say you have grown 1 hectare of cabbage is 30,000 plants. And they'll say, we just want 500 heads per week, and you've got 30,000. How are you? Where are you going to put the other thousands?
That's true.
But in Mbari, you can just harvest your field one day and sell one day.
Wow. So Mbari, I think Mbari is the hub.
Barley is the go-to market.
So I want to know, is there any trends, especially in terms of crops, that you say, this one is on trend, like every farmer, if you go on this field, you will find this?
So basically, it's about the seasons. During rain season, most of the farmers are doing maize, sugar beans, sunflowers, and then in winter, most farmers are doing onions, and those commercial farmers, big commercial farmers, are doing wheat.
All right.
And so it's not a trend, but it's just farmers trying to follow up the seasons as they are. But what we do is also, as farmers, sometimes we are trying to grow crops off season. We are trying to go against the season so that we can fetch
the market.
the market. For example, it's winter season.
Yes.
There is frost.
Yes.
There are some places where we can say, okay, let's take the risk. Let's grow tomatoes and potatoes during the winter time. So that frost can affect your entire crop. But if you take the risk and win, you have a lot of cash. During the rain season, we are growing the brassicas. Brassicas, that's cauliflower, lettuce, cabbages, those leaf crops. Yes. They are very vulnerable to diseases because of the rains. The rains is good, but it also comes with a lot of fungal diseases. But we are forcing ourselves, we are growing those crops and put our spraying program on point. We know that we fetch a good price. For example, in January, 1 crate of tomatoes was going for $40. But where we are going now, starting to decline to $10. Which is still okay, but if you gamble your
so it's about risking.
It's about taking the risk.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, now I see.
Taking the risk with the right people to manage your project.
Alright.
Yes.
It's not about just
it's
taking.
Not just saying, okay, I'm growing this, but you don't know how to control those diseases. You don't know how to control those pests. You are just putting your money on the ground. You are doing nothing.
Alright. So you said you have been doing for 6 years. Was there any time that you said, this year I ran the loss? Yeah,
along the way there were a lot of losses, especially, so farming is a risky business, and we as the company that is doing that risky business, it's way too much. The risk is even higher because number one, you've got your cash, you give us your cash and you manage the product, and you are going on your way. You are just sleeping. You say, okay, after 3 months, I need to see some profits. So we are taking a bigger risk. And when we started, we had some challenges doing that. For example, understanding the place that we are farming, understanding the history of the farm. Let me give you an example of in Nyabira. We find this land, 1 hectare, to rent for our clients in Harare, and we wanted to do cabbages, but we didn't ask the farm owner the history of the land. So the previous season he had grown maize, and he had put this chemical called atrazine. So it's a herbicide that kills broad leaves. Yes, so and it can work for up to in the soil for up to like 12 months. So it means that if you grow something with broad leaves, that chemical will still kill it, thinking it's the weeds. And then we came up growing up the cabbages. We grew the cabbages and they died, the whole field, because of that chemical. Yes, and these are some of the challenges that we get. So with the experience now, we then came to understand, okay,
we need to
analyze, yes, and understand the history.
Wow. So what do you see what do you call your company?
Farmbas.
What do you see yourself in the coming 5 years as Farmbas?
So Farmbas Agricultural Technology is not just a farm management company. There's the technology side.
Okay.
So that technology side is we are growing big. We also do drone spraying We are
Alright.
spraying chemicals using drones.
Okay.
We are doing land use planning, use GIS satellite technology.
All right.
So we are going far. We are like the Teslas of farming.
That's true,
Yes,
that's
just that here in Zimbabwe it's a bit difficult to achieve those goals.
That's
But where we are going is we are going very far. Trust me, we are going very far. This farm management is just the starting point. When we started in 2019, it was just online consultants,
Okay.
whereby I was just, you know,
You just do things where you are there.
yes,
Oh.
maybe just helping farmers to form my WhatsApp group. Farmers will get in that group, and then can ask a question, and then I can help them. You can get a $10 for say, okay,
Yeah, I've
you help
seen
me.
there are people who are still doing that thing.
Exactly. So that's where we started doing that. And because we didn't have funding, I'm coming from this area. I'm sure you are seeing where we are, the background. It's not that, you see. So you, first of all, you don't have rich parents, you don't have the capital, no investors, no kululu, no kalala. It's just you and your idea. So where we are going, it's very big, and I'm very happy with where we are right now. Because we are one of the first companies to use drones in agriculture to spray.
Okay.
Yes, we are one of the first. Right now, there are a lot of companies doing the drone spraying, but we were the first to do that. So the future is very bright. We are still young. We've got the energy. Our experience is growing. We now understand the farming in Zimbabwe. We are doing it all over all the provinces. So we are now understanding the dynamics, the markets, the products, the logistics side, where to buy the inputs. We've got now the relationships with big companies like Seedco, Syngenta, Charter Seeds. We know those people. So yeah, I think the future is good.
Yeah, so do you see Zimbabwe as the bread basket again, or we are just going back?
Right now we are not yet there, to be honest with you. But we are going there. Yes, and in the next few years, we can finally become the bread basket of Africa again. Because number one, a lot of young farmers, young people now want to venture into farming. Because what we are doing as farmers, we are showing people with technology that farming is not all about using the hoe, it's not about hard labor.
That's right.
Sweating and all, digging stuff. But with technology, using an application, you can do a lot with your phone. You can do a lot. So we are now making farming more look attractive to the youth. So if the youth come around and they start to invest in farming, I'm seeing Zimbabwe growing up again to be the bread basket of Africa by attracting the youth.
That's true.
Yes. So farming is not for the old people, those who have retired. If we still have got that mentality, we will not grow as a country. But if we try to attract the youth to come into farming, we can grow. Yes.
So as a term, as an umbrella term, do you see farming as a profitable business?
It is a very profitable business if you do it well. If you do it well. Farming needs, number one, proper management, the right inputs, buy the right seed, the right fertilizers, the right chemicals, the right management, do a proper land use planning, land preparation, use the right tools. If you do everything right, it is very profitable. But if you just do it as like a project that I'm doing, just going home, I just want to have maybe some few stuff, like a hobby. If you are not doing it as a business, it's not profitable.
Yeah, I see. So let's just give an example. Like we have one hectare for tobacco. What specifically amount are we talking about when you have 1 hectare of tobacco?
So investments, they are a bit different from place to place, and also from what you have on that farm, like the tools, the buildings and stuff, the irrigation equipment and stuff. But basically you can invest something like 3,000 on a hectare of tobacco.
Okay.
Yes, and get even up to say 10,000 profits.
What, 10,000?
Yeah, you can have it.
Wow.
Yes,
On
you
one,
can have
on 1
it.
hectare?
Yes, on 1 hectare.
Wow.
And for horticulture crops like let's say cabbages.
Yes.
Cabbages you can also use like 3,000 on a hectare.
Yes.
And get let's say you have got grown 30,000 cabbages and you manage to sell 25,000 at 50 cents. You see, you can get something like 10,000.
Okay.
Yes. So, yeah, it is profitable, but we don't usually tell our anyone who wants to start farming. We don't give them those big numbers, those big figures. We might understand that at some point you can sell your cabbages at 50 cents, but we can say, okay, let's say we've sold our cabbages at 25 cents.
Yeah.
So we use that list in the list scenarios.
All
Yes.
right, now I see. Okay.